everyone? This is A32 back again with some what's on deck. And what is on deck? One thing to talk about, I mentioned it. I did a video yesterday talking about, you see it right here. Kickstarter Hall of Fame, Bokobo. Lots of plagiarism going on with their projects. I count 5 accounts that they have on Kickstarter for different projects. I think I showed you 4 yesterday, or 5 perhaps, if you want to take into account the Kevin Yu account, which had the 2 projects that were just shut down. The Lunar Moon, Helios Sun, and INKSTER Star. But then there's one more, and that's this one, Stone, which put out these decks, which has apparently been some issues with as well, and more than likely plagiarism. Not to mention them putting out decks that are already produced on Kickstarter. And if you want proof of that, where did I see that? Alright, I think it was Defata. Let's just quickly do this and then we'll go into Kickstarter and talk about some other stuff after that. If I go to Defata, or coming soon, I believe it was. Oh yeah, and I saw a deck here, this one, Jazz Project V1 Piano Deck by JL. Yay. That's all you see, basically. But this is the one. Lost Deer Jungle playing cards. It looks like it's going to be available June 4th. This was on Kickstarter just a couple of weeks ago and was shut down because of multiple accounts and perhaps copyright issues. And there you go. This tells me that this deck is already produced, and yet they were putting it on Kickstarter as, a couple weeks ago. You can't do that. And that's one thing they like to do as well, is put stuff on Kickstarter that's already produced and available in China. That's a no-no. Anyway, enough of Bokobo. Moving on to Kickstarter. There's a few cool new things it looks like. First of all, you have the Cardistry Club from Vanda, from David Goldkling, that's back. It's 41% funded, 21 days to go. Here we got, apparently there's going to be 6 different decks that are allowing people to choose, to vote on different designs. So you got the Bauhaus, how do you pronounce that? There's your faces. They're not bad, they're just kind of a modified standard face. I almost feel like this will put a pip in this orange next to the cage just to fill it in, but it's what it is. Then there's Memphis. $1 Miss Molly. Oh my word. But they basically have zoomed in and slanted the chord cards, standard chord cards. Really? At least they used up all the space. Third one is going to be a you vote as an option. There's other potential options apparently. But it looks like they want you to select that option though, because they haven't shown any other ones. It's the eye. And it looks pretty good for fanning cardistry. I don't know why they're showing one. And when are they going to vote for the rest? When are they going to show the rest? But apparently it's supposed to be, well, I'm not sure. Free for sure. Anyway, but basically people get to vote on the third one. There's a decent chance of it funding this time. Next we got the Seafarers from Joker and the Thief, which is somehow 77% funded, 20 days to go. They have no doubt lost customers after what happened with their last project. And I'm sure there's not a whole lot of people who are going to be pledging for any kind of collector boxes because it'll probably be a frickin' bag in the end. But this is the Seafarers. And let's have a look. Wow, that's a lot of different logos to be advertising here with. Amazon, I'm pretty sure Amazon gave them authorization to use the logo, by the way. Behance, Cardify, Cardistry Con, Art of Play, etc., etc. $12 Australian. It is about $8 US, it says. Which is a very good price. That's the early bird, I would assume. Oh no, wait, that's just a pin. $8 for a pin. Never mind. It's, wow. $22 Australian, $15 US for a deck. That's a bit pricey. Well, I mean, at least in Australian dollars, Canadian dollars. I'm sure it'll end up on Murphy's Magic, so we wait. The back design isn't bad. It's got some Cthulhu. Yay. Back to Cthulhu decks. We haven't had enough of those. It's supposed to be a sea green color. It looks more like a blue to me. Lots of detail. It's not a bad back design. I do like it. What about the faces? Custom Ace of Spades. And then, okay, custom court cards. That, well, at least on the the Queen of Hearts, it looks like there's a lot of white space in there. Like, maybe they should throw some borders on those faces to fill it in. I don't know. This looks kind of, it was a little bit odd to me. Just the way, maybe it's just what we're looking at from the distance. Here we go. It basically looks like the standard court cards with tentacles on them. Not overly exciting. It could have gone to something more original considering the theme, but I guess whatever. It's one of their branded decks, I suppose. Similar seal to their other decks as well. Made with handmade in mind, printed by USPC. Just says Crust USPC stock and finish. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, okay, I don't see any collector boxes, but a pin. That's pretty expensive for a pin. I'm gonna ask him, where's the collection box? Where's the collector's item? That'd be hilarious. But anyways, moving on, we got World playing cards by Jerome Lugenbuhl. 75% funded, 28 days to go. Decent chance this one funds. Let's have a look. About 20 bucks Canadian, so what is that, 15 US approximately, according to the last project. I think he dropped some cards there. Printed by Cardamundis, Super Lux B9. Limited finish. That's stock. It's an interesting back design made for cardistry, honestly. I'm not liking what I see with the court cards. It says custom faces. Wow. This to me looks like plagiarizing, it's blatant plagiarizing of the, at least on those ones, of the Kingslayer's decks, and the decks from Illusionist. Not liking these number cards, or these pips the way they are, just all sorts of random sizes. It's interesting, it's unique, but, I don't know, there's so much space. Use it. There's no reason to have such tiny pips. The Jokers are not really good at all, in my opinion. Just my opinion. You can have a different one, but yeah, speaking of plagiarism, these look like they were ripped off directly from Illusionist decks. Moving on. Not a fan of those ones. 200 fully illustrated cards. Jeez. Next we got State of Utopia playing cards by Pierre Huter. 64% fun, 28 days to go. A lot of new projects, it looks like. This one is all about communism. Yay, everyone's favorite. Again, 18 bucks Canadian for one deck. It doesn't say what that is in US, so that can hurt them a little bit. But that is probably 12 bucks US, I want to guess. The court cards aren't terrible. The aces, I'm not liking. They could have put these images on Jokers or whatever. Just left the aces a little more traditional. Court cards, like I said, aren't bad. It's kind of interesting that each, suit has its own color, sort of. Well, they do. Then the spades and clubs have blue pips, hearts and diamonds red. And then the faces just have white faces. So the court cards have different colors on them. The rest of the number cards just white. Not really liking that. But then the backs, absolutely horrible. One way, full bleed, all sorts of little details, well, not little details, but just I mean, you got some rockets, you got, you know, a factory, you got some stars, you got their old logo. And the Joker, it's, yeah, Marx. And the other one is Lenin. There's apparently a gold foil tongue case and metallic ink upgrade for stretch goals, and another one that's a secret. And this is another deck design that was on Kickstarter before the Kelly deck, which is probably better than this one, but I'm not really a fan. And it doesn't specifically say that I can notice. Okay, it's going to be made in Europe by Nords, I see. Which, of course, was formerly a communist, part of communist Russia, USSR. 310 GSM Premium German 11 stock. That's a mouthful. Not really feeling that one. Next, we got Paramore playing cards by Jacks and Jokers. 3% for under 27 days to go. That one's going to do very well, sir. The back design is not bad. It's kind of traditional looking, but very colorful. Court cards aren't bad. They're a little bit cartoony. It's a pretty big goal. 14,000 bucks Canadian, which is 8,500 pounds. For £10, you can have your name on the backer's card. For £12, you can get a deck. Again, I mean, it's not terrible. You look at these kings, they all look very similar. But they're different. They are different. They're not repeating. The faces are similar. But they do have different facial hair and hair, different outfits. Different crowns. You could say similarly about the queens. It's like they just designed one face and then modified everything else, which is fine. It's going to be printed by Carta Mundi. It's going to be a limited edition with a max of 500 decks, and there will be 250 gilded decks and stretch goals. If they hit those stretch goals right now, they're not likely to hit the funding goal. Pretty nice aces. Very colorful. Purples, as you can see, for the spades and clubs. It's the limited edition deck. And, well, it's a recolor with green for the spades and clubs. Alright. And Jackson Jokers is a known company. They have, I don't know if they've done any projects before. They have done one other project. I believe I know what that is. And it was, yes, the subscription box, which was suspended because they were just doing a subscription box reselling other decks that they did not own. I mean, we got Third Way in there, we got Gambler's Warehouse, Jackson Robinson, Groot, which was, can't remember the name of the company that did that now. There's Lorenzo in there. There's all sorts of companies in there. Elite Playing Cards, etc., etc. And Steve Mitchie. And you can't do that. You can't put a project just reselling other people's stuff. And really, I mean, if people want to get a subscription, they can just do it via that website, you know. There's no reason to do it on Kickstarter. Anyways, next we have Reincarnation, which is buyplayingcards.net. Speaking of them, 87% funded, 27 days to go. It's by Blackout Brother. Go figure. And it's actually pretty nice. Nice tuck cases. There's a black deck and a blue deck. Nearly funded. Pretty nice artwork. And a nice, you know, rendition of kind of traditional court cards, I would say. Yeah, they're pretty nice. Nice court cards. These ones are kind of colorful, the blue deck. And they should have done blood red though. That would have made kind of sense. And then the black deck is just darker colors. Pretty nice, completely custom. I got no, you know, complaints. Could be printed by USB-C. There will be 2,500 of the limited edition, and which is actually that's the original. So there's the original is going to be 2,500, and what was the other one? That's the limited one, and the other one also 2,500. So it's for some reason the origin deck is more money. I guess it's going to have a fancier tuck case, but it's the same amount of decks. There's going to be also some aging on the cards on this black one, weathering, and yeah, it looks pretty nice. I'll check them out afterwards. Sir Murphy's will have them. Next, you got two bullet point cards by Andrew Morley. 12% funded, 27 days to go. Not looking too good. Actually, I wanted to check out what this is as well. The race card. Just bear with me a second, because I mean I don't know what it is, so we gotta be thorough here. I don't think it's a deck of playing cards, but and incidentally it is. It's a terrible deck of cards. It's got a weird one-way back design. It says the race card. And then, yeah, that's this right here. The fuck? That's my, reaction to this deck. Like, really? And then the faces, they got a whole bunch of stuff on there. You can't even see what they say. I couldn't tell you. It says here that it's used to devalue and minimize acquisitions of racism. This guy is literally playing the race card to try and make money. Absolutely not. Two bullet playing cards. We'll get back to this one. It's not a bad back design. And nice pips. Gonna be printed by USB-C. $16 Australian for one deck, so $9 or $10 US, I want to guess. It's not a terrible price. The number cards are pretty nice. The aces are pretty nice. The court cards, yeah, terrible. This is just a minimalist deck. I mean, it probably could be worse somehow, but definitely could be better. Just lacks effort, in my opinion. Creativity. The Joker's more of the same. And let's just make it JKR instead of actually spelling out Joker. Because, why not? It's cool. Tuck case also pretty minimalist. Yeah. I would definitely pass on that one. Moving on. Kind of curious what this is. Card game. That one's not gonna fun. Next we got first edition Tokyo Magic Junction playing cards by Tokyo Magic Junction. 36% funded, 26 days to go. Let's have a look at this. So it's gonna be pretty bad. Original deck of cards using the image of the famed Tokyo landmark, the Shibuya Scramble Crossing. Aha! Well, interesting jokers. Pretty simple ace of spades. And that's it. The back design, okay, it just says Tokyo Magic Junction on it, and it's stripes. This is the best a group of magicians and hobbyists could come up with. Yeah, it's not gonna fund. I don't believe it's, well, it may fund. It's not a huge goal. It's getting there, but it's not very exciting at all. Tomorrow cards. Today, buy tomorrow cards. Let's have a look at this one. Oh God. $100,000 Canadian gold. Absolutely zero chance this one funds. It would not fund in 10 years if it was funding for 10 years. That is just absolutely ridiculous. That's the artwork. It's pretty horrible. The court cards, at least. The aces aren't that great. The number cards, which are just generic number cards, are the best part. No idea what the back design looks like. We don't worship kings, so that's why they have no... They have genderless court cards. That's the whole tomorrow cards thing. I was trying to figure out what this is really all about. So the kings. Oh God. They decided to make the kings presidents and the queens vice presidents and the jacks judges. But all they are is logos. Oh God. P, VP, J. So the jacks is still with J. Which is kind of funny. Everything else is just kind of horrible. This is just absolutely horrible. Just terrible. Way too high of a goal. Has zero chance of funding. And then we got this again. Playing card and suit sketch back. Pay what you want. Buy Palfrey Men playing cards. It's funded because it had a terribly low goal. 16 days to go. And this is just another account from Diane and her husband. And it's just the same thing again that they've done before. And it won't be reported. Moving on. Deep Sea Playing Cards by Alter Nazarov. It's 8% funded, 26 days to go. What? So many projects on Kickstarter and just a whole bunch of meh. At least it's not too bad. Early bird €10. Still a bit pricey when you convert it to Canadian. Interesting top case. I like what they did with the ace. Kind of changing it. Like, it's still a club pip, but it's an octopus. The back designs got a lot of empty space. It's not bad. It's an interesting idea. Gonna be printed by Cardamom Day. The aces, the aces aren't bad. I like how they've used sea creatures to make the pips. But then the court cards are just basically repetitive. You see, it's, what's the name of that king? With the trident, I forget his name. Then you got the queen, which is just completely repetitive. So they put some effort into the aces, and then the court cards, they just decided not to bother. C-cells for the jokers, which is fine. And then the number cards, I do like that they use the blue for the spades and clubs. It's fitting. But yeah, it's a little bit bland. And I don't see it funding. Next we have Liber Luderum from INKSTER. It's 98% funded, 25 days to go. It will fund. Just a matter of when, basically. And it's not bad, number cards and court cards wise. and the back design. I'm just not really feeling it personally. Going to be printed by Cardamundi on a 320 GSM cardstock with linen finish, which I think is a little bit different than what most other creators are using. Might be a little bit cheaper. 10 pounds for one deck. It's pretty nice. I really like the last one he did. This one, I'm just not really feeling it as much. But it's still pretty nice and worth checking out if you like it. Kind of quivered pips. And here's your back design. Looks like it's got a bunch of brains in it. Moving on. And there's your tuck. We got Clockwork Empire City by Swamp Decks. 50% funded, 25 days to go. There's a decent chance that one funds. It's an animated flipbook deck, apparently. Man, so many projects. I'm not really feeling it. I mean, there's your back design. And I'm sure there's going to be an interesting animation with that. All the gears and everything. And your faces. And there's a lot going on in there as well. $15 US for one deck. And then your court cards, they just got crowns or helmets on them. Not so I'm really feeling these pips, at least on the spades. The diamonds are alright. Clubs are pretty nice the way they are. The key. And hearts are locks. You can kind of do a trick with that, the key and the lock. And just have a gaff card for that. My problem is, it's an animated deck, for animated design somewhere, but they're not showing us that. That should be a central focal point of the project, an animation showing the animation. A GIF showing the animation, whatever. And they're not doing that. Thumbs down for that, in my opinion. You gotta show the animation, otherwise it defeats the purpose of having an animated deck on your project page. Now, maybe they do that in the video, I don't know. Probably. But not everyone is clicking the videos, I would say. Moving on, we got Ouroboros playing cards by See It First, whoever that is. It's 42% funded, 24 days to go. €10,000 goal. They're dead in there. It's their first project. 14 euros for one deck. A green and black color scheme. Dark and forbidden. Okay. It's nice court cards. I do like that. They're modified off standard court cards. But they've, customized the faces and other details and recolor them. It's going to be put to like Cardamundi. And it's a pretty nice back design from what I'm seeing. Yeah, interesting ace of spades. Again, kind of modified court cards. The rest of the cards here. And aces. I feel like there's not enough distinction between the suit colors for me. Maybe it's just a picture color. I don't know. The back design is interesting. It's a one-way back. It's not bad, but it ain't great either. You got a gaff card, which is pretty cool. There's reveals. And some of the court cards, that's I think the first time I've seen a reveal on a guy's neck. Kind of cool. Foil on the tuck. It's going to be a 260 GSM black plate. Whatever that is. Tuck with foil in green. The tuck looks very nice. The rest of the cards, they're not terrible. There we go. They're pretty nice. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to check them out afterwards. Going to be fulfilled by gamblers. So that's good. Nilo deck from Vania Domingos. So many projects. Are we almost done? I believe so. I'm going to assume that zombie one is a game, but say this one, it's pretty nice. Custom court cards. There's a Joker. Juggling some balls. Or balancing the balls, I guess. And King, Queen, and Jack. Oh, good. So it's repeating court cards, basically, is what you're telling me. Thumbs down for that. Indeed, it is repeating court cards, so they customized 3 court cards and called it a day. Apparently, there's 3 different tucks. The river, the Velvet River, and the Glowing River. Okay, never mind. It's just different bat designs as well. I'm not sure. Is this supposed to be the bat design? Is this a pretty bad like Photoshop images of the cards themselves? It's a one-way bat design. Same with that. Same with that. They're not even proportionate to poker size. It has potential. Had potential. The images are very photoshopped and not very good. At least like what you see here. The court cards are repetitive. The back designs, okay, there's your back design. That's better. I missed that earlier. It's a one-way bat design. The index is on the wrong side on this card. They must have reversed it or something. It's not overly exciting. You can find bat designs like that all over the place, I'm sure. And this is a different one. Okay, so it's a borderless design. And then the other one, I have no idea. But yeah, not really feeling it. I don't think it's going to fund. Maya Playing Cards relaunch by Olean Art. Funded, 21 days to go. I think this is a relaunch of a relaunch, essentially. About Mayan culture. Let me just double check something here. Takes forever. So yeah, it just launched on the 27th. It's a relaunch, basically, from what I can recall. Yeah, see, they've already done this. Is the 3rd attempt now. Maybe they're just sticking with one deck this time. Let's just have a quick peek. Come on. So, yeah, not really feeling it. I don't like those indexes with, like, Mayan symbols, because I don't know what they mean. I have to kind of guess based on the court card images, and, well, since they're not typical court cards, it's kind of hard to do. Obviously, we can guess which one is the female. The one with the boobs, obviously, but that's the queen. But the rest can get a little bit tricky. Oh boy. Apparently, there's going to be foils and inks. There's your number cards. Not really digging it. It's an interesting idea, but it could be better. Coasters, yay. It's the 10th anniversary deck, apparently, or Kickstarter. I guess it's celebrating the 10th anniversary Kickstarter, actually. Only 500 decks. It's $36 US for one deck. Are you kidding me? No, wait. What is that? That's just... Okay, that's one deck, but... I don't understand. That's, I guess, a Kickstarter exclusive. This one will be 3,000, and it is... $18 US for one deck. Still way too much money for something that's not that great. Sunrise by Fran CG. 86% funded, 23 days to go. This is a relaunch, apparently. Also from a Mexican, incidentally. Apparently, no, apparently this is the first part, but we've seen this before, I believe. It's not bad. The Ace of Spades looks like a complete ripoff of the Art of Play logo, in my opinion. Well, not quite, but it's similar. I've seen aces like that elsewhere. I think we might have looked at this one last week. The faces, they forgot to put eyes on them and mouths. Or they just didn't. So there's that. Lammy Game by Mulder Lamb. 0% funded, 21 days to go. Sunrise should fund. Let's just see what this is. It's a game. It's $6 Canadian. Wow. Horrible. I don't know who would pledge money for this because I have no idea what they're selling. And then let's just move on. Boker Zaps Blind Poker Cards by James Pinecoffer. It's 11% funded, 19 days to go. It's not going to happen. Cloverbacks from Penguin Magic in green. 74% funded, 18 days to go. Not only is it not funded yet, I highly doubt it's going to hit the stretch goal for the purple deck. And I think the reason for that is their prices on the decks are just really low. It's a great deal. 2 decks for, what is it, $10? But the goal is too high for the prices that they have, or the prices are too low for the goal that they have, whichever way you want to put it. And personally, I said this in the comments, I would have preferred that they just had both decks available from the get-go. Would have made it much more attractive, but they don't. Club Pits by Dwayne Cardenas. 45% funded, 18 days to go. It's not a bad looking deck of cards. High Lords Firstborn by Ace Collectible Cards. It's funded, 16 days to go. And then there's this one from Pass and Playing Cards. They've added a new deck, the Integrity, which we'll look at right now. Funded, 4 days to go, well funded. And there it is. Looks like it's going to be a gold colored deck. I like how the three fit together. It's $30 for all three, $36 US for all 3 decks plus shipping. The quality is going to be marked. There's the Justice deck, which is not marked, and the standard Integrity deck. This is the limited edition Integrity deck, which was about $36 for one. And it's a nice tuck case for foil and everything, but it's a bit pricey. But I am glad to see that they're doing this other deck now. That you can see it's nice artwork, completely custom. But anyways, what I was trying to say is I'm glad to see that they're doing the Integrity deck as a standard deck. By the way, there's my review on here. Check it out. Yeah. Some Pass and Playing Cards, definitely worth checking out. Usable for Magic and cardistry and all that stuff. I just wanted to double check something here. Yeah, it's $27 for the Integrity deck add-on for the limited edition and $30 outside of US. Anyways, Paisley Playing Cards by Diamond Playing Cards is very well funded, 8 days to go. Split Playing Cards by Kyle, 2% funded, 43 days to go. They could have all year, it's not going to fund. Bicycle Pixel Playing Cards by G&G is well funded, 3 days to go. Juggler Sistine by Julio Rivera is funded, 11 days to go. Swordswomen by Alexander Petty, 30% funded, 10 days to go. I don't see it happening. This is a relaunch already. Victomia by designed by Sotu. Sotu is funded, well funded, 14 days to go. There's a lot here. Bicycle Monkey King Playing Cards by Riffle Shuffle. Funded, well funded, 44 hours to go. Ribbon Playing Cards by Tal Levi. 34% funded, 5 days to go. It's not going to happen. Triangle Playing Cards by Michael Scott is funded, 5 days to go. Vincent by Danielle is 3% funded, 35 days to go. It's not going to happen. The Hydrogen Deck by Elemental Playing Cards is funded, 3 days to go. Vintage Label Playing Cards, Premier Black and Reserve White from Craig Maidment is 82% funded, 33 days to go. It's a long time. I assume it's going to fund soon enough. Seventh Sister Playing Card Decks by TSP Playing Cards, 71% funded, 6 days to go. Kind of hoping it doesn't fund. It's kind of crap. Maserata Playing Cards by Manuel Voltiera, 71% funded, 10 days to go. It should fund, but who knows. Singularity Playing Cards by Relatively Playing Cards, 29% funded, 37 minutes to go. Not a chance it happens at this rate. The prices were just way too high for a deck. And I mentioned this to the creator on Instagram. The prices are just way too high. It was like $18 US for one deck or whatever. Or maybe more than that. I don't recall exactly what it was. For a deck that just has standard faces and a very standard tuck ace. It's kind of minimalist. Pinocchio Angels by Novelty Playing Cards, 3% funded, 9 days to go. It's not going to happen. 4 Suits of World War II by Tigran Kalatian is 7% funded, 6 days to go. Also not going to happen. And that's that. Finally, after about 3 hours. Not really, but feels like it. So yeah. Which project would I recommend or endorse this week? Probably the Reincarnation by PlayingCards.net. It's the lesser of the evils that's available. Or the INKSTER deck here. Yeah. Outside of that, let's see, what else did I have? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Riffle Shuffle has this new deck, Play Dead. I've actually seen it on Murphy's Magic as well, so I overpaid for it again. Is it still available, is the question, because it seems like all this stuff sells out. Come on. 1,000 produced, bead crust stock and finish. There's your back design. It's full bleed, borderless. Pretty cool. And it is still available. It's on sale, $7.95 US for a deck. Designed by Stephen Harrison. That's not bad. And you can see the court cards here. Jokers, lots of skulls, as you would expect. It's kind of sort of repeating. I mean, the bodies are different, but they're similar. And the heads are, well, they're just skeletons. But it's not bad. And I will be checking out custom brick box as well. There's your back design. Actually, it has a border. I thought it was full bleed. That might have been better for cardistry purposes and everything. Having a border on it kind of hurts it a little bit, in my opinion. Oh, good lord. I'll be right back. Alright. I just had a mini heart attack there, the alarm going off. I had to shut off the oven. As usual, this has just been a bit of a longer video than I would have liked. So yeah. There it is. Moving on. What else was there to talk about? Go to the United Cardists of America. UnitedCardists.com quickly. A couple things I wanted to mention from here. This is one of them. Let's just see if there's anything else here. So yeah. Alright. First of all, King's Wild Americanas. Coming, will be available to pre-order on June the 8th at 12 p.m. Central on his website, I imagine. Kind of a straightforward tuck case. They should really emphasize Americanas more than King's Wild. I mean, it already says King's Wild Prods on there. Do you really need to have King's Wild like that on the front? Just saying. The Ace of Spades. Very classic looking. Home of the Brave. Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. Very nice. and that's on the crown. Pluribus unum. And then the back design is similar to the tally holes. A lot of color, some yellows, reds, blues. Pretty cool. I do like it. I'm not so going to like the price tag. Here are the court cards. They're just kind of vintage style. These are his new standard court cards. It's going to be printed by USPC apparently. Apparently it was originally developed for his Tigers decks, but he's now evolved it. And it looks pretty nice. Moving on, is this coming to Kickstarter on June the 3rd, which is tomorrow, from Art of Play, the Iron Spades. And it looks like it could be a kind of a poker set. Looks like Chris Ramsey is involved with it. To me, as others have pointed out as well, it looks like a Fury 11 tuck piece. And Fury 11, design. But it's pretty nice. To me, however, it looks like these are already produced and they're selling them, reselling them. And that shouldn't be something we're doing. Fury 11 looks like they have something new coming soon as well. Let's have a peek. Aha! It looks like all the rudder decks. That's not bad. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty nice. Not sure when it's coming. One guy guessing it's for Roots. Let's see, I already have SNL and Jimmy Fallon. Sir, could be. It says something secret coming soon. Well, I better get the damn email this time around. Oh. Where else was there? Oh, yes. Well, coming July 1st to Kickstarter will be the reprints of the Jerry's Nuggets official reprints by the actual Jerry's Nugget people, which I think is cool. A lot of people going, but it's not the original. It's not the same. They have a special stock and finish. Well, a lot of people are buying reprints or have bought reprints of Jerry's Nuggets, or they bought the Chicken Nuggets or other similar casino-style decks. So yeah, they're going to support this project. And it's not just the stock and finish, it's just the design, and it's Jerry's Nuggets. So I saw this new deck on playingcardsdecks.com. Well, first of all, they had the bicycle Black Magic, which I'm getting through Murphy's, which was on Kickstarter some time ago. It's from Gamblers. We'll check that out. They had the bicycle Reverie on Kickstarter, all sorts of pre-Kickstarter decks, as you can see. Let's look at this one. Oh yeah, it's pretty nice. It does look like, well, it looks like other decks designed by the same designers, basically. If this will load up, I'll show you that. Or maybe it just won't. Then there's this one. Kingslayer Zebra. Or Zebra, as people in the UK would say. Zebra. Let's see what else there is. Nothing else. This one, honestly, you'd think Illusionist, but I didn't see this on the Illusionist website last I checked. I haven't heard anything regarding them from Illusionist. But it is a Kingslayer. I'm not really feeling it. I feel like the swords just blend into the back too much. And it just feels like something, frickin' Zach Mueller would do with the Fontaines, personally. But it is printed by Carter Moonday. So there's that. I'm just not feeling it. I got the red and blue ones. It was a great price. Happy with those ones. What they are. And there's nothing I saw in Defata, nothing really new elsewhere from USB-C that I've seen. I apologize, just a lot of loading today for this video. The hell with looseness, they don't want to load up. So, and there we go, Play Dead. It's available here at Black Magic. They got some new decks from Bomb Magic, the Flow deck, at the very least. The Wolframs, which is from TCC, I guess. Blood and Beast, lots of Kickstarter decks here on Murphy's Magic, so you kind of see what's coming up to other sites soon. So double check, why not, while I'm at it. Interesting. Yeah, so collectible point guards just has the same ones. So yeah. Anyway, so I think that's it this week for playing cards, for new stuff and upcoming stuff. So much on Kickstarter. I apologize this video is a bit longer. I apologize about the end being a little bit long. But that is that. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next time for more. Thanks for watching.